Alfa Romeo's Kimi Raikkonen is the most experienced driver in F1 ever, as he holds the record for the greatest number of races entered at 341. He will also be 42 next year, and there's been no concrete indication from him on whether he will stay in F1. Rumours have also been abound recently, suggesting that current Haas driver Mick Schumacher will be signed by Alfa Romeo to replace Kimi. Team principal Frederic Vasseur has now spoken about the driver situation while directly addressing the possibility of Kimi driving for them next year, as quoted by GPFans. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Mick Schumacher to replace Kimi Raikkonen at Alfa Romeo next year. Vasseur started off by responding to the rumours of Mick Schumacher driving for them next year. It is far too early to discuss this. We are working together. We have tons of races in a row over the last 2 or 3 months, and I think we will discuss together in the last part of the season, not before. He then explained why they did not want to commit to a driver this early. To keep the system under pressure is always a good thing. I don't want to commit for a long time. I don't want to say, okay guys, you can relax and blah blah. We have to keep everybody under pressure. He then elaborated on why they want to keep their options open. F1 is all about pressure, and we have to keep it like this. We don't know what could happen around us in the junior series and in the top of the field and so on, and we don't want to take this kind of commitment today. He summed up his words by speaking specifically about his current driver lineup. We know that the grid will begin to form at the top. Mercedes will make its decision, then it will be Red Bull's turn, and at some point it will be our turn. At the moment, we do not have to decide. We have doubts right now with Kimi, but Antonio is improving. Fast feed. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has suggested that both Pierre and Alex are tremendously gifted drivers, but timing just wasn't right during their time at Red Bull. Then, the pressured environment that they have and the expectation, it was very tough for them. He also feels that it was a bold move to step out of the scheme this year with Sergio, but the way he's settled in and the way he's delivering, it would have been very tough for him to not be in Formula 1. McLaren's Daniel Ricciardo has had success in this sport for the last 10 years, and he doesn't want to suddenly give up everything that got him here. That's why he wants to continue to use his instincts. On the other hand, it would be stubborn to say the way I do it is right. He has to learn to acknowledge the facts, because when he looks at Lando, he sees that the car works very well with a different driving technique. So I remain unbiased and try to adapt. At the same time, I am working with the engineers to tune the car so that we can also use some of my strengths, Daniel added. Aston Martin's reserve driver Nico Hülkenberg pointed out that Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton are performing at the very highest level, and it is fascinating to follow the championship. He added that Max is only 23, but already has 6 years of experience in Formula 1. As a result, he's already insanely seasoned. You can see that now that he can deliver his performances seemingly at the push of a button, he does that weekend after weekend and has excellent self-confidence and also confidence in his car, Nico added. AlphaTauri team principal Franz Tost has stated that a young driver needs 3 years to understand this complicated Formula 1, because Formula 1 has become much more complicated than it was years ago. Alpine's Fernando Alonso thinks that they will fight with AlphaTauri and Aston Martin for 5th place for sure. He also thinks that it is more building the team structure, fine-tuning the pit stops, the strategy, tyre management, and many things they can do to be prepared as possible for 2022. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff thinks that Sebastian is someone who not only looks at sustainability, but lives by it, referring to Vettel's statement that he will vote for the Green Party. It's in keeping with his character that he has this attitude. I think that's absolutely fine. It is sometimes a tightrope act to fly around the world as a Formula 1 driver, to operate these monster machines, and at the same time to say that you vote green. He has to take that criticism, Wolff added. Retired F1 driver turned pundit Martin Brundle has explained that if you were running Mercedes-Benz, you'd ask, is Valtteri Bottas our man to win the World Championship when Lewis inevitably retires 2, 3, 4 years into the future? You'd have to think no. I hate to say that. I really admire Valtteri, as he is a great driver and does an amazing job against the might of Lewis Hamilton, Brundle added. However, he thinks Mercedes have to get a young gun in there that would emerge as their automatic new team leader sooner than later. Do you think Mick Schumacher should replace Kimi Raikkonen next year? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.